Hi guys, today we're going to discuss about types of IP addresses. There are four types of IP addresses in the IP address. First one is the public IP address, second one is the private IP address, and third one is the static IP address, fourth one is the dynamic IP address. What is mean by public IP address? For an example, suppose we want to get a connection from the internet service provider like Airtel or maybe Geo or maybe any BSNL. We want to get a connection. That means they have assigned one IP to your system, right? A single line you will get from the internet service provider. That is called as public IP address. They will be assigned one public IP address according to the class they will be due to your modem or maybe a router. That is called a public IP address. Private IP address means after getting connection, suppose you have a browsing center. In the browsing center, you want to give connection to all the system, but we can't get a individual connection to the each system. What we'll do, we will use one router or maybe switch to make or distribute the single line into many lines. So obviously, what will happen? The router will be assigned one private IP address to the each device where they are connected to the router or maybe a modem. That IP address it will be comes under your circle only. It will not go beyond that means maybe the global or maybe a ISP internet service provider. That IP address will be generated by the router, not by the internet service provider. That is called a private IP address. The next one is the static IP address. What is meant by static IP address? For an example, a device I'm using, the device I want to define an IP address by a user, not a automated. By manually, we are config the IP address to the device like suppose previously they in the computer labs they be assigned by the system admin this address was 192.168.2.1 they assign now again they want to give to 192.168.2.2 they want to give to the next system 3 want to give so it will be give before entering to the network, they want to assign IP address to the device what they are connected with the router. That is called a static IP address. What is dynamic IP address? Dynamic means the terminology itself dynamic. By default, automatically the IP address will be assigned to the devices what they are connected to the network. Through the DNS, it will be assigned that IP address to the devices. For example, you are in that now router. Now router will be assigned randomly or sequentially. It will be assigned to the devices. I hope these types will be understood very well. Thank you.